Manuel, switch on the video. Manuel. Okay. We are discussing about functions, a new chapter that is function. What is function header, Gauri? Give an example for function header.
Def calc, then in bracket any variable.
Okay. It is start with def. Def is the keyword used for defining a function. So def, then write the function name. Within bracket, write the variable needed for the program. Okay, that is function header. So function header must begin with the keyword def. Okay, then one program is the based on which one? Finding cube. Did you complete that program?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Ashwin, Srihari, switch on the video. So now we will discuss the different types of functions, Python functions, different types of Python functions. The first type it is built-in function. What is the meaning of built-in function? These are predefined function and always available for use. The functions that are always available for use without any extra statement, that type of functions are known as built-in functions. Okay. Some functions are there in Python. For example, len. All these letters are small letter. It is len, type, int, input. Okay, so all these len, type, int, input, we can use, these are built-in functions. We can use this built-in function directly without using any extra statements. Okay, we can how we can use this len function for finding the length of a list? How, Srihari? What, Srihari?
Now what's the question?
How we can use len using finding the length of a list?
List name dot len.
Yes, we can directly use list name dot len. Okay, using list name we can directly use this len function for finding the length of a list. Okay, then in the case of type, what is the use of this type function? Emmanuel, what is the use of type function?
What type of data?
What type of data are used? Okay, for example, if I am typing type 10, here the result it is int, because here we are using integer value. The output it is within angle bracket. First we will first the output term it is class, then within single quotes it is int. This is the output of type function. Type function is a built-in function used to find the type of a data. If it is integer, string, float or bool, any data type, it will display the current data type of that value. If we are giving a value like 10, the data type it is integer, so it will return int as result. If it is 10.1, the result it is float. So type is a built-in function. Built-in function means we can directly use that function without any extra statements. That is built-in function. So these are predefined function. Predefined function. There is no need of defining the content of that type. In our program, that is for finding cube of a number. First we want to define the function. Then only we can use that function. Okay. In the case of finding sum, it's a user defined function, means we want to first we want to define the function, then only you can use that function. But here it is a predefined function. There is no need of defining the function. Okay, in the case of built-in function, there is no need of defining the function or there is no need of writing the definition of that function. We can directly use that function because it is a predefined function. The definition is already there in the Python library. Okay, this len, type, int, input, all these functions are already there in the Python library. So we can directly use without defining the function. That is built-in function. This is predefined function. Okay, examples are len, type, int, input, etc. Okay, then another second one, it is function defined in modules. Function defined in modules. This function is also predefined one, but one difference is that these functions are also predefined one, but before using this function we want to import some modules. For example, I will give one example. First you write this one, after that I will explain. Built-in function, these are predefined function and always available for use. You have used some of them like len, type, int, input, etc. Function defined in modules. That is, the functions are also predefined in particular modules and can only be used when the corresponding module, it is not model, it is module. Module is imported. Corresponding module is imported. For example, if we want to find the square root of any number, we want to import math module, then call the function sqrt. Then last one, it is user defined function. These are defined by the programmer. As programmer, you can create your own function. Adul, switch on the video. Ashwin, Aryan, switch on the video. Ashwin, Aryan, switch on the video.
SQRT is also small letters.
This is also small letter, SQRT. This is because of the design in PowerPoint, that's why. Completed. Okay. So the first one, it is normal built-in function. For example, type. Type is an example for built-in function, means we can use this built-in function without any definition, without any other statements. Okay, we can directly use this predefined built-in function. For example, it is example for built-in function, it is type. Then second one, it is sqrt is an example for built-in function using modules. Okay, we cannot directly use this sqrt function. Before that, we want to use one more statement, that is one import statement. Okay, this sqrt function belongs to a math module. That is, for this math is a module used in Python. That is, it's a library in Python, just like our normal library. In our normal library, the books are divided in different sections, just like that. Science book is in one section, maths book is in another section, computer book is in another section, just like that. In Python library, there are some modules. In that module, one module is math module. Under this math module, we are using some built-in mathematical functions for finding sqrt, for finding floor, for finding power, then sine, cos. These functions are included under this math module. So math is a module used in Python library. So if we want to use one built-in function under this math module, first we want to import this math module from Python library. Then only we can use this sqrt statement. So the first statement before using this sqrt statement, it is import math. That is, we want to import this math module from the Python library. After that, we can use this sqrt function, square root of 16. We can use this mathematical function, or we can use this power 2 comma 2. Okay, this is built-in function defined in modules. This is also predefined function. There is no need of writing the definition of this function, because this is already predefined in Python library. But these are under some modules in Python library. So the first statement before using this built-in function, we want to first use one statement, it is import math. Okay, another module, it is pandas. Pandas is another module. In IP we are dealing with this pandas. So if we want to use some built-in function under this pandas module, we want to import pandas. Import pandas. Then only we can use the built-in function under this pandas module. Another one, it is numpy. Numpy module. This is another module. If you want to use some built-in function under this numpy module, we want to import numpy. So this is the second type of built-in function. The difference between first built-in function and this built-in functions defined in modules is that in this first one, we can directly use this function. Type as a normal built-in function, we can directly use that function without any other statement, like this import function, import statement. We can directly use this type function. But in the case of second one, first we want to import that particular module from Python library, then only we can use that built-in function. This is also a predefined function. This is also a built-in function. That is, the definition is already there in Python. But before using this statement, first we want to import that particular module from this. The sqrt belongs to math module. So we want to import math from Python. Then only we can use this sqrt. Is it clear? The difference between normal built-in function and built-in function defined in module. Okay. So that is the second one. Then last one, it is user defined function. Our normal program, we are using this user defined function. That is the function defined by the user. In that case, the user is defining the function, so we want to write the definition of that function also. In the first two cases, there is no need of writing the definition. We can directly use the function. But in the case of user defined function, the function is defined by the programmer or user. So we want to define the function before using that. Okay. For example, in the case of that cube, first we define the function cube, then only we can call that function. Okay. Is it clear? The difference between the three? Okay. So Python functions type, first one, it is built-in function. These are predefined function and always available for use. You have used some of the examples are len, type, int, input, etc. And the second one, it is function defined in modules. That is, these functions are predefined in particular modules and can only be used when the corresponding module is imported. After importing the particular module, then only we can use this predefined function. Okay. So the first statement for this type of built-in function is import. Import math or import pandas or import numpy. Then only we can use that built-in function. That is function defined in modules. Then example, it is square root. Then next one, it is user defined function. These are defined by the programmer or user. User defined function, that is, these are defined by the programmer or user. As programmer, you can create your own function. In this situation, in this case, we want to write the definition of that function also. Then only we can use that function. Here there is no need of, in these two cases, there is no need of writing the definition of the function. We can directly call that function. But here first we want to define the function, then only we can use that function in the case of user defined function. Okay. Is it clear? Okay.
Not completed, I think.
Okay.
Can you explain the user-defined function?
User-defined function. That is the functions that are used by the user, or it is defined by the user. I will explain with example. We are doing the user-defined function. The first program based on that 2x square. It is a user-defined function. That is, first we define the function about that 2x raised to 2. After that, we are using that function. But here there is no need of definition. We can directly use that function. The definition is already there in Python. But in the case of user defined function, user must define the function. Then only user can use that function. Okay, Manuel? Achyut completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here this is a user defined function. This is an example for user defined function, because this function is defined by the user. There is one definition. This is the function call statement. What is this? This first statement. What is the name of this first statement, Srihari? What is the name of this first statement? Diff calc of x.
User defined statement.
It is user defined function. What is the name of that first line? Aditya?
DLC.
Which one, Srihari?
Function.
DLC.
Aditya?
Function header.
This is function header. Okay, Srihari? function header. The name of the first statement, it is function header. Okay, then here we are using one keyword. And what is this, Diya? Calc function name. Calc is the function name. And what is this? X, Aryan? What is the name of this X? It's a variable, but when we use inside a function, what is the name of that variable? Okay, Krishna? Emmanuel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Calc is the function name. Within that function I am using X. What is the name of that X? Emmanuel?
Don't know, madam.
Okay, it is parameters. Parameters. Okay, so the first line is known as function header. Within this function header, we are using a keyword, it is def, and calc is the function name. It is a user defined function, so user can decide the name of the function. That is the difference between built-in function and one of the difference between built-in function and user defined function. In built-in function we cannot use different names. If the built-in function type is small letter type, we can't use this type because this is the predefined function defined by the Python, but this is not this capital letter type is not a built-in function. The built-in function for finding the type, it is small letter type. We cannot change the name of this type, but here this is a user defined function. Aditya can use calc as function name, then Srihari can use cal as function name. Okay, any name depending upon the user can use any function name here. So this is user defined function. So def is the keyword used for defining the function. After that, calc is the function name, and here we are using a variable depending upon the operation. That is, here our operation is r is equal to 2 into x exponent 2. We need only one variable here, x. That variable we are using here. Okay, so this x is known as parameter. Here we are using only one parameter, so this is known as parameter. So x is the parameter and one colon is there. After that we are using the statement, that is r is equal to the operation we needed. That is the statement, r is equal to 2 into x exponent 2. After that we are using one more statement, it is return. Return is used for returning the result. R is the result, we are returning this result. So this function header and return statement is common for all function definition. Okay, this parameter name will change, number of parameter will change depending on the operation, name of parameter will change, and also number of parameter is also changed depending upon the operation. But this def is must, function name is must, and this colon and bracket is also compulsory for function header. Okay, and the same time this return statement is also same for all function definition. Okay, so this is function definition. This is an example for user defined function. Here user define the user give the definition for this calc function. So calc is a user defined function. User can use any function name here, any variable name also we can use here. Instead of x, I can use a. You can use y here. Okay. Anyone can use any variable name here depending upon the user. The same way calc is also, we can use any function name here, but it must be a valid function name. Okay. If I am giving diff 1 calc x, Ashwin, switch on the video, Ashwin. Okay, Aryan, is this a valid function header statement, Aryan? Any error is there, Aryan?
There is a space.
Which one, Aryan?
There is a space.
Where? Here I am not using any space. 1 calc x, that is the function name. After diff I am using 1 space. Anyone? Anyone? Any error is there in this statement? The previous class I explained the valid identifiers, which are
Cannot be.
yes, integers cannot be integers can be used, but the function name must begin with one alphabet. Here I am starting with a number 1 calc. So this function name is invalid, because in the case of function name, identifier name, variable name, there is one rule, that is it's a combination of alphabet and digit. Please note the point, in board exam we are using the same concept question as 1 mark question. Okay, so identifier name include alphabet, number, and only one special character, it is underscore. Okay, alphabet, number, underscore. These are the 3 things that is included in identifier name, variable name, or function name. Okay, but all the identifier name or function name must begin with a character, or that is a character or with underscore. If I am starting with a number 2ABC, it is invalid because it begins with a digit. We cannot begin with a digit in the case of function name or identifier name. It is not valid. Is it clear, Aryan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So these are some. If I am writing underscore A, it is also valid. One more thing, we cannot use this keyword as identifier name or function name. If I am giving def while as function name, this is invalid because I am using while is a keyword. We cannot use this keyword as function name. Okay. So in the case of function name, we can use any function name depending upon the user, but it must be a valid name. Valid name means all the function name must begin with either alphabet or underscore. We cannot start a function name with a number. And we cannot include a special character other than underscore. If I am using a star here, then this is invalid because star is not allowed in identifier name. Only one special character is used in identifier name, it is underscore. Okay. These are the some rules related with identifier name. Okay. Then write a program. So sorry. Write a program to find sum of two numbers. Sum of two numbers using function. Sum of two numbers using function. How we can write the definition of sum of two numbers? Achyut, which one is the first statement, definition statement?
DEFCLCX.
Okay, DEF. DEF. I can use sum within bracket. How many parameters are there?
We got like two inputs, then we must give x comma y.
Yes.
And
For addition, we need two variable. Okay. For adding two values, we need two operands. So we write two variable name here, x comma y, then colon. That is the function header for finding the sum of two numbers. Okay. If I want to find the sum of two numbers, we can use two parameters here, because the sum needs two variables or two operands. So here I am using x comma y. But in the previous program we are using only one parameter, because in that case we need only one argument or one parameter. So I am using only one parameter there, but here I need two parameter for finding the sum. So x comma y. Then Dia, what is the next statement?
R is equal to x plus y.
Yes, r is equal to x plus y. This is the operation we needed. Okay. First I write the function header. It is starting from DEF, and this is the function name. You can give any valid function name here. I am giving sum, and within bracket two parameters are there, because we need two parameters for addition operation. So x comma y, I am using x comma y. Instead of x comma y, we can use a comma b or w comma x. Any parameter name we can use here, but two parameter is needed here. Then after that the operation, it is r is equal to x plus y. Then Aditya, which one is the next statement? This indentation is very important.
Return
Okay. Which one, Aditya?
R. Return R.
Okay. Return r. Then Gauri, read the next statement.
A is equal to
A is equal to
int input under the first number.
then second statement, Gauri.
B is equal to int input under the second number.
Okay. Second number. Ashwin, read the next statement, Ashwin. Switch on the video, Ashwin. Ashwin.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, read the next statement.
Print
Mm.
sum AB
It's not a b, a comma b.
A comma
Okay. So Ashwin, what is the name of this statement? Any idea? Sum a comma b.
function name.
Sum is the function name. This one, what is the name of this statement? Sum a comma b. Sum is the function name.
Don't know, ma'am.
Oh, okay, Ashwin. Anyone?
Function call.
Yes, this is function call. Correct, Gauri. It is function call. Okay, so this sum a comma b is known as function call statement. This is function header. This is function call. This is the function body. Function body. That is the statements that are used inside the function definition. That statement that are used inside the function definition, we call that statement as function body. And this is the function call. So this one is function header, this is function body, and this is function call. Okay, then Krishna, explain the control flow of this program. From where we start the program, execution begins from which statement?
The df sum
Then
r
okay. Emmanuel, explain the control flow.
First from A equal to input under the first number. Then it will go to B. Second statement, B equal to input under the second number.
Okay.
Then the print sum A, B will go to
Mm.
DEF sum X comma Y.
Correct, Emmanuel.
A and B will be assigned to X and Y.
Mm.
Then it will go to the statement R equal to X plus Y.
Mm.
It will give the sum and it will return to the statement print sum equal sum A comma B.
Correct, Emmanuel. Very good. Okay. So this is the control flow of function. That is the main program. It is starting from this statement. This is the definition of function. When the compiler read this def command, it will ignore these statements. When this def, after reading this def keyword, the Python understand that this is a function definition statement, function body is there, so it will ignore these statements, ignore the definition of a function. Then execution begins from this statement. This is the main program. Main program. Why I am using this hash here, Achut? I write main program and I am using one hash here. Why?
Commentary.
It is a command line. So this is the main program. So execution begins from this A is equal to int input enter first number. So we can insert one integer value, one value from keyboard, and that value is assigned to A. If I am inputting 5, this 5 is assigned to A. Then after that it will execute the second one, that is enter second number. So I am inputting another integer, it is 10, that 10 is assigned to B. Then the third statement, it is print sum A comma B. So first it will go to the function call statement, that is sum A comma B. After that, then only it will execute this print statement. So first it is the function call statement. Function call statement means it will call the function definition. The control moves to the function definition. So here sum A comma B means the value of A, it is 5. So it is 5. Value of B, it is 10. So it is 10. So this is passed to X. X, the value it is 5, Y, the value it is 10. Then we will calculate the result based on this 5 and 10. The result it is 15. Return R. The content of R it is 15. So this 15 is returned and it will print the print statement will print the result. This is the control flow of a function. Okay. First, it will execute the main program. When the compiler reads this def statement, def keyword, it will ignore the definition. Python understand that this is a function definition line because a def is there. So it will ignore this set of statements. So it the execution begins from this main program. So it will execute a is equal to, after that b is equal to, then print. Within this print statement, I am using one call statement, function call statement. So in this call statement, the control will move to function definition. Then the values inside this function call is assigned to function definition parameters. So 5 is assigned to x and 10 is assigned to y. Then it will calculate the operation, that is r is equal to x plus y with values 5 and 10. So 5 plus 10, it is 15, and return r means the content of r, it is 15. The 15 is returned to the function call. So here instead of sum of a comma b, the value it is 15. So print 15. So the output it will print like 15. Okay. It replaces sum of a comma b with the returned value. So print 15. Is it okay? Okay. Then do one homework. Write a program. Write a program using function to perform a calculator. Calculator. Only 4 operations, plus, minus, star division. Okay. So first we want to define 4 functions. Okay. First function diff sum, then its function body. After that diff subtract, function body, then diff multiplication, function body. Return statement is also there. Okay. First write the definition of sum, then write the definition of subtract, then return statement, then another function that is for multiplication, then another function definition for division. Then you call that function one by one. Print sum of a comma b, print subtract a comma b, print multiplication a comma b, print division a comma b. Okay. Is it clear? Okay.